Welcome back. You're watching What's Hot on CNBC TV 18. The new pension scheme needs to be marketed better. That's the word coming in from UK Sinha, CMD of UTI Asset Management Company, one of the fund managers of that scheme. Vivek Law caught up with him and asked him how the response has been.
Response has not been very good so far, but that was expected. It will take some time. Why? The answer is that, this is a system which has just been introduced. You have to have a lot of marketing and development for this whole project. And the PFRDA and maybe the government will have to do lot of marketing. Because the communication about the scheme, its benefits, all those things will have to be communicated. Any product after all, it's a financial market product. And you know that if it is an insurance product or a banking product or a mutual fund product, the companies do a lot of marketing. Unfortunately, here, the fund managers do not have an incentive. The record keeper doesn't have an incentive. The points of presence doesn't have an incentive. And that is because the
the fund manager doesn't have an incentive. That's interesting you say that, because you were the lowest bidder.
Yes.
And the rate at which you have been given it, and therefore others have been given it, it almost sometimes sounds like you're doing charity. Is that therefore not the right way to have gone and bid so low? Should the rate have been higher so that you would have had a better incentive to, popularize the product?
The way it has happened and the way the whole development has taken place, the rates quoted by the whole industry, not only UTI, even others. What UTI had quoted, others had also quoted around the same numbers.
Right.
And if you look at the EPFO bidding, there two firms had quoted even nil, zero price. So I think the government, both in case of NPS and in EPFO, had imagined that the fund managers do not have any role in actively promoting this scheme, because otherwise they would not have floated the tender and done the work in this way. The point I was making is that government and PFRDA will have to do the development, the D part in PFRDA, they will have to do it. It can happen. I'm not saying that the scheme will not succeed. A scheme will succeed. But the development part, the marketing and communication part will have to be done by the regulator and maybe the government directly.
One big concern area, Mr. Sinha, is the fact that unlike other similar pension products, the amount that I get on maturity is taxable as of now.
Okay.
Is that a big disincentive? And
yes.
Should that have been rectified before the launch of this scheme?
I think for doing that, government will have to go to the parliament. It requires an amendment in the Income Tax Act.
So which again means not for a few months at least.
Maybe in the next session, if the next government desires, they can do that. But you are right that this is the second most important disincentive. That if you are investing in NPS, it becomes taxable at the time of withdrawal. Whereas it is not so in case of an insurance product or even a mutual fund product, for example, where you have invested for more than 1 year. I'm aware, and we are in touch with the government and the regulator. Government is seriously thinking about it, but of course it will depend upon the next parliament. So you are right that there is a serious lacuna on account of the tax, and another lacuna is on account of who is going to promote and develop this scheme. If these two things happen, I think it's a very good design. Another thing we have to recognize is that there are two sets of workers in the unorganized sector. One set of workers are those who are taxpayers, for whom tax becomes very important. But there is another set of workers who are not taxpayers. They are not worried whether the bill is passed on taxation or not. For them, a lot of extra effort is required. And I think the government's intention also is to cover those people. After all, there are about 40 crore workers in this country, and hardly 12-13% of them have a pension. So if we want to increase the coverage, which is the intention through NPS and PFRDA, we will have to do a lot of development.